there. How's everybody doing? I got YouTube on in the back, so let's go ahead and I'm just gonna turn that off. So, the name of this one is Sean Why So Many Instruments. Hopefully that mic is picking. Check. Yeah, okay, it's picking up. Why so many instruments? And why so many instruments? I think that's what I named it. Um, and the reason being that every instrument, Mike Nova and I were talking about this, the guitarist from Troth and I were talking about like possibly getting a new instrument per album that we make. Um, we just make really, I think we make really cool music together. And if nothing else, I just enjoy making music because it's some of the best stuff that I think I've ever been a part of, you know? Um, so being really good music and shit like that. We were talking about he's got a new guitar that's got like a 12 string. It's got a 12 string neck and a 6 string neck and in one SG body, and I'm talking about getting a hollow body because that's one guitar that I don't have and I never have had, and it'd be really nice to have a hollow body. I just like the sounds of them. I definitely don't want to like make it my main instrument or anything like that. Um, because I mean it's just there's a lot of people that do that, and I'm not interested in that. But I don't know if you can see. Let me get up and see here. Got all these different instruments to choose from here. Let's see. This is my parlor guitar. This is what they call this. It's about a 3/4 scale. It's a classical guitar. Very, very cheap. I got this at a pawn, not a pawn shop, but a used, it's kind of like a Goodwill store, um, whatever that we would call thrift store, um, and it's like $15. And so got this. Um, it's a musician. It's a company. Nothing special. Um, this one was $9 on shopgoodwill.com. This one is a Rogue. I guess I don't know if it'd be a hummingbird or a what. I don't know what they consider this one. It's an R. I don't know. It's got a tag around here somewhere. What is this? RAGPK acoustic. So it's a cheapo, you know what I mean? But it was $9 on guitar, not guitar, on Shop Goodwill, and then had $20 shipping. So I paid $29 to get this. Not bad. I like it. So this right here, I really don't know the woods on those either. I couldn't tell you. I believe on the Rogue, it's a what the hell would that be? I don't know. Anyways, it's very cheap wood. So this is my Equinox, and that's AEBK because it's an acoustic electric. It's got a pickup here. I mean, you got your controls here. I just ate a bunch of edibles, so excuse me. I should say I ate them and they're working now. So I didn't just eat them; they just started working. So you have like a mic cable for you can do mic out for direct out, or you can do regular balanced unbalanced out, I think, or whatever that one be. It's got the little battery compartment right there, and this was from the factory that I was starting Equinox. So it's got a really great playability. I chose the Diving Doves down here. It's got spruce top and rosewood plywood for the sides. Um, I think that's rosewood, and yeah, that's the design that one of our customers came up with. Nercoids. He's up there in Canada, I believe. Um, yeah, that was his design. It's very corporate. I like it because like mine was a bit more yeah, childish for lack of better terms, I guess. So he had a design that he wanted for a guitar. Oh, it was a hollow body, wasn't it? Yeah, I was giving a friend a hollow body, and he wanted to look more, like this right here, like the professionalism of that Alvarez type design. He wanted that rather than like I'll find one of my Equinox that has that kind of. I'll go back there and get one of my guitars. But this is Ali. This is my Alvarez. This is like my favorite. It sounds so rich and so good. I'm gonna go through each one of them and show how they all sound. But at some point towards the end, I'll go get one of my other Equinox guitars. I'll forget by then. Let me go grab it real quick, and then I can show you what the fuck I'm talking about. Let's see here. So yeah, it wasn't. I mean, of course, when you start out in any company, you're usually thinking of what you want, and this is kind of what I had in mind for the logo. You can see in there where it says Equinox. It's probably backwards, but to me that was cool, was because I'm making basses and guitars and all kinds of stuff like that, and they're for me. But the main thing was that also with Equinox, you could design your own logo for Equinox. I was gonna buy a T-shirt printer, and that way each guitar that you buy, if you design your own logo, you get a T-shirt, because these are cheap as hell. So you can get like like I could wholesale them, and then whatever you have an Equinox T-shirt, I'd print that out onto one of these, and you'd have a T-shirt to go with your when you get your guitar. But that a lot of stuff happened that never ended up materializing. So like each guitar, each instrument really makes you think about music in a different way. Like this one just has a different feel. The way you can get to the higher notes appear very easy. That's why that cutaway's there. If you notice, you see how far I can get up there. This one, once I get here, it's kind of stopped unless I start doing like some weird stuff like that. But with this one, it goes to 11. You can go to 11 on this one. So it's got a very bright sound, and because it's got the pickup in it, I usually use this one for like when I'm doing leads over top of. I have the other acoustics strumming around doing the background stuff. And if you start looking at music and layers like that of frequencies, you start understanding why someone would have so many different instruments. And like I said, Mike and I were thinking about doing, for each album that we do from here on out, getting like a whole new instrument, like a whole new guitar. If we ever became popular, I was joking. I was like, if we ever got popular, to like just do like the entire setup. Just buy whole new setups each time that we do an album. Just new bass, new guitar, new acoustic, new drum set. I mean, I use BFD, so anyways. But yeah, so this one's got a very bright tone. Lovely girl, better than myself. And that's cool and all, but if you're strumming by yourself, I prefer a bigger tone. Hear that difference? Just a deeper bass makes me think of different sounds. Like that one makes me think of high. Although that sounds good there, this one just sounds. And that deep body, because the sound just echoes around inside there. And then it's not just the body, it's also the woods, because if you look, this one's got about the same depth, right? It feels much lighter, so but listen to the tone. Very bright, so it makes a good accompaniment to this one. It's almost like it adds the top layer of that. That top layer to. And you can hear how clear it cuts through without even any EQ. So if you were to put this guitar on your left ear or in the center, pan left and right, then you could easily come back over top with like the pink guitar for that. For like both left and right, to add a little bit of sheen. If the other one was just going and the other one was doing those things I was showing, they would stand up very nicely together. And if you needed like a lead, and the great thing is I can run that through this because it plugs in. I can run this through an amp. I can run it through just a keyboard. I have some direct boxes that will take that kind of input, so I can do a lot of stuff to sculpt the tone of that one to more custom fit. Like I said, once those two tones are established as like the background, like you can hear them very clearly in the mix, and they're panned the way I want them, and the mix is working. That can be the lead instrument, and I can double it. I can record the sound of it, and it just got its own tone, and I can also use like through an amp if I need to, and back up and support, like if I need some reverb or anything like that, I can go through a totally separate channel, and then your guitar is still clean, and you have another channel that's been affected. And then so like yeah, those leads can really stand out with some spacey effects while still be remaining acoustic. This one is more of a and I like this one because like that sound right there is just very 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 mellow. As if that one's very bright, and I mean you could always use your finger on that instead of a pick, and then it's the same with this if you wanted it to be brighter, or felt pick. Again, this one just really makes me think blues. I'm thinking more classical. So there's a song I'm working on with Mike. We're doing a new one starting out pretty soon. We got two in the can. Did I Dream, If At All, and this third one's coming along. I don't know if I don't have a name for it. I'd play a little bit of it, but we are kind of keeping things under wraps because we want to come out of the box like fucking swinging, Jack in the Box. You don't know when, and all of a sudden there's just kung fu fists in your face. Wow. So kung fu foot if you wanted. Kung fu foot. But I keep this one around, especially out here for when I have like just like an idea. I'll hear like do 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 do. Like that one, and I have another guitar back there that's tuned to a D chord across the whole thing, so I can just do one finger across, and that way I can find a melody very quickly. For like my band Geared, I haven't really used it that much. All that's on all my music. A lot of my music is on my page. If anyone's ever interested in like hearing me actually play instead of just being these stupid rants. I also have a novel there that you can. I did the audiobook, and I did I wish I'd done some music in the background. I'm still thinking about it, but the whole book is free. It's a full novel. There's 5 parts, and it's chapterized. And then I've got like 4 albums. There's going to be 3 from Gearedma, 1 from Dumb. Gearedma's just Dumb without all the computer assistance. And That's what I'm going to be doing from now on because Geared had a lot of computer assistance to make sure that I was like in time on everything. And so I'm just going to play like we used to do in the 90s, just free for all. I've gotten a lot better. So I don't need all that assistance anymore. Because I'm still going to separate the two hands because, like I said before, I can't play the keyboard. For some reason, I can, like, even though I can get both these hands going that on the keyboard, they just. Maybe I should try and play like that. Maybe that would help. I don't know. When I skateboard like I'm left-handed. What they call like goofy foot. But it's the only way that feels comfortable for me. But then I do everything else right-handed. Well, not everything else. There's other things I do right-handed, but some things I do left-handed. So maybe I should try playing the keyboard, like switching them up like that. Because I've never thought about it. One thing I have seen is that those people that are like those finger style. If you watch, they're mostly doing kind of stuff. And what I'm guessing is they probably were piano players. Can you imagine being like almost like a kind of not necessarily a concert pianist, but you're well trained and you know how to play a lot of stuff. And you get gathered around a campfire, and all these people are giving all this attention to this guy who's just like, "You're so good." Oh, thanks. You know what I mean? And you're just sitting there going, "Dude, I know how to play like Beethoven and Bach. You think that's impressive?" I mean, whatever the fuck it is, something very simple. So then, like, you go home, what are you gonna do? Drag your piano down to the beach? You're gonna set a Casio keyboard out, like, all right, this next? No, you're not gonna do any of that shit. I mean, you could nowadays, because, like, I mean, you got freaking everything at your fingertips with these freaking laptops. You can just put, like, like if you actually have a MIDI or a Bluetooth keyboard, you just connect it to your phone, and then your phone connects to like some Bluetooth speakers, and you're like, all right, this one's Beethoven, and you can actually play like on a fucking piano that was sampled off of like Alicia Keys's piano or John Lennon's. It's fucking nuts what you can do nowadays, man. But but yeah, you're not gonna drag a fucking grand piano or even a fucking whatever those are, those little babies or whatever. You know what I mean? The ones that stand uprights. You're not gonna drag either one of those down there. But you probably could go home and be like, this thing isn't all that hard to play. I mean, and then you're like, oh, you know what? You use all that technical know-how you know how to do. I don't know, whatever the hell they do with all this shit. Dude, go back to your piano. You're really talented. Let's all just admit that you're very, very talented. We're all impressed. This is again. It just seems like everybody's trying to do more and more by themselves, and this is really kind of sad because it's just such a like a me type thing. And the sad, even worse thing is with the computer, you can make it. That's what Geared is. It's just me playing everything. I don't want to. I've got lots of songs I'd love to be in a band and play with, other people. Come up with a brand new name, start brand new songs like Mike and I are doing right now. We started completely from scratch with this stuff that we're doing now. When we first started, we were just passing files. We each had our own bands going. We both are mostly instrumentalists, so he had a song that needed vocals, so I had a song that needed guitars, and we would pass it back and forth. And we were pretty impressed with how our styles worked out together. Like I was very impressed with how his guitar went over top of my stuff, and he liked how I sang over top of his shit. And but he's in the army, so he had some stuff he had to do in Canada, and then things get lost in time. You get busy doing other stuff, and then here recently he had some time, and they're like, hey man, you want to jam? I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Oh yeah. And yeah, it's been really fucking cool. The stuff we've been doing, I really enjoyed it. Drop just means truth, if anyone doesn't know. I mean, nowadays you gotta find something that people haven't used, that people haven't done. You have to come with like a nonsense word or like different words. That's why you get like red jumpsuit apparatus as a name for a band, because like the Doors, that's taken. You can't do the sliding glass doors because that, you know what I mean. Even if you wanted to do that, because people be like, you mean like the Doors? No, that band is out there, but you know, like the patio, like the sliding glass door, like in your like 70s, where but no, with the sliding glass doors, like the Doors. Yeah, yeah, basically. We're not the monkeys, we're the chimpanzees. So you gotta come up with some new name. You gotta tweak it out somehow. The cool thing about the, like I said, the felt pick is it. It's really cool. I mean, there's also, it depends on where you pick it at. Also, you can. And so the farther it gets down, it doesn't really have as much effect as the further you go back. Then you can still do that like Kurt did. I'm sure he wasn't the first, but that's probably like when you start doing that. I'm sure everybody, again, you have to do something original. It's not even a matter of who does it the first, it's who does it the most memorably. It's not even who does it the best. If you have a progression of like, how many times have you heard that in a song? And or "Come, baby, come down here, you can do that. But I mean, again, it's not necessarily who does that or even the ascending of the notes or whatever. It's who does it the most memorable for this generation, because we really don't care what's gone behind us or coming after us. Because when it comes after us, we're like, oh, that's just that song ripped off. You know what I mean? But never mind the fact that your song is just like the, a rip off. We shit on AI because we're like, oh, AI will never generate anything real because all it does is learn old shit and then take it and twist it into the words that are coming in my face. I'm not inventing this language. This is English. I'm just sculpting it into the words that come out of my brain to talk to you. I grew up listening to other bands. I didn't invent this instrument or the fact that this is an E, or this is an A, or D, or G, or B, or E. I didn't do any of that. I didn't invent that this is a G chord, C chord, or a D chord. I didn't invent that this is an A chord, or an E chord, or that the rules that works, that you can tune at the fifth note, except for that one, and it works out. But you're so far from home. But you're so far from home. I love you, little girl, better than myself. Then get old Allie out, cause she sounds awesome. Oh, won't you forever, ever and ever? Too soon far from home, but you're so far from home. Love you, little girl. Love you, little girl. Love you, little girl. Yeah, I could see how guys sitting around the campfire listening to that, like, you can play piano and you can play Bach, and then everyone's like, well, and again, that's just so simple. E, G, A, and it's not even a song I wrote, you know? But I mean, that'll get you applause and stuff around a campfire or whatever, and the more familiar people are with, damn it, where'd you go? I see you, you little bitch. Bitch! No, maybe it's not. Oh, that's just a spring. Stupid. There you are. Got me a pick now. Plays better. Sounds louder. Bit louder. Especially down there in the back. Same key is, but that's a total different song. So when I find you under orange sky, making me try. Shine. Drumming team. I think this one's Seattle tunes. I think this one's down a half a step. Yeah, it's down a half a step. So this would be more like a. In much easier to sing that low too. You know, it's just it doesn't seem like it'd be that much lower because it's just going from basically from this to. But you're actually singing like the entire guitar shifts from like everybody's going to everybody's going. It's just something you hear the difference. It's just way fucking lower. So it's just. It's like the same notes. That's the thing. It's the same fucking notes. And so if you find that you can't sing, everyone can sing. You just got to find your right key and you got to find your right position. Like if your position is to play backup guitar or even lead guitar, and during the rhythm sections, you're more instead of doing that like the other that part. I was like the you just go. I'm gonna sing a song and be myself and sing along and dream of everything we're on today. Who can go ba 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 ba? So if you can't be the star, fucking support the star. Make him sound even better. Everyone's gonna go, holy fuck, they sound great. Like, how does he make his voice sound like that? And they look over and you're on the microphone. Everybody's going down with the difference. Tripping on the way. No, you're not necessarily the star. And I don't want. I mean, I never did. My brother, I think, my brother has a better voice, and I think he has a better vocabulary, and getting his point across. A lot of people like to listen to him a lot more than me. I don't know. I just people like his personality better. I get it. I'm more of a. I don't know. I'm an acquired taste, I guess. I was mentioning I talked too fucking much. So just 33 minutes. I've done like what 2 of these today. I'm trying to get ready for the like I said, the live let's see CD party and CD listening party, and it's been fucking up. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I tried the other day to go live, and just there was just a bunch of fucking problems from back there. It's not. I don't know. I had it set up. I had it working, but what's tomorrow? Friday. That's our Sabbath. So I'll probably Sunday possibly. I mean, I can't go like live Friday, and that helped me also. I mean, Fridays are trigger day for me, so I'd rather be broadcasting then. Let's see what the old rogue sounds like. Just call this one Marie. We had a drinking buddy, Steve. Well, I unfortunately sold that one, but yeah, sometimes I don't, I just name it whatever. Like, again, I just get a feeling from a guitar, and then if either I play off the name like the Alvarez and call it, like Allie. I had Ibanez, I named Tasha Ibanez. I had Charvel, that's the red one. It was my old, like as soon as I saw it on the wall at the pawn shop, I was like, that's my old drinking buddy Steve. Yeah, give it. Let's take it down. Bring it down. 150. Yeah, I can do $50 a week for the next 3 weeks. All right. And eventually, I went like, oh, I'm gonna get Steve and come home and get drunk. Me and my old drinking buddy. We wrote a bunch of songs together. like that, don't you go? I'm thinking I'm dreaming, open like I'm screaming, skin, it starts to peel. Your head rests a tombstone, I'm walking on. I'm not sure how I should feel about you. Don't ever go. Don't you ever go. Don't you ever go. Thinking I'm dreaming, open like I'm screaming, skin is starts to peel. Your head rests tombstone, I'm walking alone, not sure how I should feel without you. Don't you ever go. Don't you It's 3 o'clock in the morning, I think. Did you ever go? I want to just go let it out, but yeah, so where you get kind of stopped right about there. That's why this one's a good lead guitar. The neck is thinner. I mean, I can get a better grip. More than 12th fret. And this is, of course, is the octave. And that's why people get like a capo. And so that basically, so that this open will be right here. And then you can use all those same shapes. You just move it if it was capoed here. Just imagine, and then just go. Of course, it'd be more like a. I'd be able to do these. I don't have enough reach for that. Maybe if I'm over here. Yeah. Yeah, but so you can tune your guitars for different stuff. I have that one that's, like I said, the Melody Finder. And so if I was just humming something in my head, and I came to that because sometimes I can't hear melody, like some words or something like that drifting through my head or anything like that. I want to be able to find that quickly because I learned how to play with a little help from my friends. And I was like, there's no way that they'd use this chord change. They came up with that catchy ass thing out there. I imagine someone more than like Ringo or somebody, because he really doesn't have that great of a voice for singing. It's just lovable because he's a lovable person. Like we all live in the Yellow Submarine, like those kind of things. But I could see him like walking because he's a drummer. What would you do if I sang? Like I said, what would you do if I sang you a tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ear and I'll sing you a song. I will try not to sing out of key. Same. You already covered the out of key. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. He didn't have necessarily that, but I could see him like singing that and like the other part, the other parts. And when he brings it to the guys, he's kind of humming. They're like, "That's hang on. What would you do if I sang?" How about instead of sang you a tune, sang out of tune? Well, more people can, relate to that. Okay. Yeah, sure, whatever. What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Is that how? Yeah, that's what you said. Yeah, that's fucking catchy as shit. And I could see like Paul coming over, like, yeah, we need like a chorus, like, oh, I get by with love from my friend, something like that. Like, yeah. After you learn the key. You know which notes are in. Or even if someone went, "Power, little love from my friends," and then I get happy, and then the other person like that. Yeah. What would you do? And the chorus goes, "Oh, I get high with a little love from my friends." Is that how it goes? Yeah. Then we need something to go in there. If we set it up we can set it up for a key change if like in between the ones like with a little from my friends. Do you need anybody? And then you go back to that other part where you guys are talking about just want someone to love, right? Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Do you need anybody? Want somebody to love, and then go back to the what would you do? And the rest is just working out what the lyrics would be. Because, like I said, there's sometimes when you're just doing some kind of You know I kinda messing around town. That ain't too cool. Hey Joe, you gonna run some? Hey Joe, where you gonna run to? You gonna go? Going way down south, way down in Mexico. What always impressed me was Richie Havens' ability to take a song that was already done. And I didn't always impress me because when I was a kid, the first time you hear a song, that's just who sings it. And so he really doesn't do his own songs. And he has an incredible voice. He uses that opening tuning like a. You might as well get it if you don't mind hanging about. I mean, you can always head for any reason you want to. So anyone who's interested this far will be sticking around anyway. So who knows when you'll be watching this live? I can go a base away anyways. So this is probably like the cheapest acoustic I have, and I wrote the poem on the back. It's just called Dark Days, and then my ex-fiance drew this on the front. It's a really good painting, you know, and it's a really good. I mean, I still have some of her artwork on the wall. She's a good painter. That doesn't change. You hear that? Very bright, very trebly, and then you just do it with one finger. If I hear like this, see how quickly I can find that. And now I know that that chord, since this is tuned to a D, D, E, F, G, A, so it's A sharp to G. Change that, that's an A, so. I could find it quickly on this one and map it out, and at least get the intervals, because the intervals will at least transpose. Even if this, I think it's a D. No. So it's actually it's a half step down from a D. So that this is basically kind of be a C sharp. C sharp. write stuff, it's very easy to whatever you are stuck with this chord, but not really because you start doing like what Richie Havens was doing, just making weird shapes. He actually used to have to play like this, sitting in his lap, and he'd play all the songs, or he'd do covers and stuff, and he thought about playing it this way. That never felt comfortable. He wanted to play this way and play real guitar, but he never learned how to play. I could watch the video, and he's talking about it, and he shows he's really humble, and he shows his entire, he mainly did covers his whole career, and had a really good career, because when he sings, man, his voice is just resonating, like when he sang, America the Beautiful. Yeah, America. Yeah, it's just really good. But when he opened up, Woodstock, that's like the era that I'm kind of into, around the mixed bag era. There's a lot of really good stuff on there. And then, like he went through like an 80s thing where there's a lot of electronic stuff, and my dad was into it, but I really wasn't into it. But he did an album where he does the Beatles and Bob Dylan. I didn't know the names of the album because my dad was just blasting very loud as I'm 4 and 5 years old, and just really loud. And so I heard Eleanor Rigby and a lot of songs that I didn't know were actual Beatles tunes until later on. I hear the original. I'm like, that sounds funny. Why are they saying? Why does it sound like that? Because I'm so used to the. It's kind of like the people that are like, why is Dolly Parton covering Whitney Houston? Why is Dolly Parton singing a Whitney Houston song? Oh, she wrote it? When? She wrote it just recently? No. Really? Yeah, Whitney Houston's covering it. Oh. You sure? Oh, there are people tuned in, looks like. Okay. I thought I was just talking to myself, which I usually am doing. Anyways, but when I tuned this one to this, I decided to fuck around with it and see if I could get going. And that's how I came up with that one song on my Hot Derivative album, Paying Debts. Because I tried to pick some of the actual chords like I usually use to see if they would actually work still. Of think my the influence of the '90s is so prevalent in my music because they're all self-taught musicians, and so I mean a lot of what they do, I'm self-taught also. So what they were doing anyways is a lot of the kind of stuff I was kind of doing. Like one song I wrote, my friend died when I was 15, and I knew he wouldn't want like a crappy ass kind of like oh man, you're so good, but But anyways, it's right around the time of Inner Sandman, but yeah, like the song I'd already written by the time Inner Sandman came out. I was like, I don't feel older for wrong. Some told him greed and the blame, so you'd stand on your phone. Since the day I'm shouting, time been too long to take. So hold on tight like that. I heard you're so brave. Too bad. Looking back, myself and well, I'm so sad. Like you left me behind with dirt in my tracks. You said to me, one day we'll shine and I'll shine. But the days are no mine, no mine, no mine. Watching days shift over again. I don't feel tired for shit. And it's golden greed and to blame. And I'm tired of it. So too bad. Looking back, myself and well, I'm so sad. Like you left me behind with dirt in my tracks. You said to me, one day we'll shine and I'll shine. But the days are no mine, no mine, no mine. Change, eternity. Lord, I knew, never knew impossible. It's true. So goodbye. So yeah, my first band actually toured out, and like we not toured out, but we actually played out places when I was like 15, 16. We entered the battle of the bands. We had to get our parents to go because yeah, you had to be at least 18 at that time to go to a bar in Louisiana, and so like my parents were there, which is crazy because we did some. I mean, while they were friends of ours, there were people moshing in the front. It was cool. Um, what's cool about the mixing board I have now, I feel bad for like looking back for that guy who did the sound that night because there's like 7 or 8 bands, and so basically what he did is he set the levels so that for like whatever the first band wants, and then everybody else had to adjust their equipment to match that, so he didn't have to change the knobs a bunch, and turn things around. Um, so whoever the first band was had a very quiet amp. So I get on stage with mine, it's just roaring out. I could have 412, and I'm trying to compete with the drummer, and the drummer's loud as shit, bass player's loud as shit, and I guess the way he had amped it is it's coming through the PA speakers going out to the audience, and whoever's on the stage wasn't supposed to hear that fucker at all because he had the mic jammed right up against the speaker cage, and then I turned he's like turn the guitar down, and like I turned it down like halfway, and he's like turn it down. I'm like turn it down. Fucking shit, man. Is this unplugged? What the fuck? I mean, I could not, once the drums and bass, I could not hear. I just had to count on the fact that I had to hope that what I was playing, I mean, I know how to play the songs. I just had to hope that it was actually coming through the speakers, that anyone else could hear it. Because I couldn't hear, even through the monitors, they didn't even have any kind of sound coming through the monitors for us to hear. I could hear, barely hear my vocals. I could hear the drums, because the drums are just loud as hell, unless you're using an E kit, and then the bass. But it didn't help me that the guy running sound was a bass player, so of course you wanted to hear a lot of bass. And on stage, the bass was it's great. We had a great bass player. He was awesome, man. He could keep time. Man, one of my favorite things to do was to show him like a riff, and like when I would get stuck at something, I was like, and I don't know where to go from there. And he's like, hang on, I'm hearing something. And that was always my favorite thing to hear, man. I loved hearing that. I'm hearing something, because he was just like, his head would start doing like this, and he'd be doing like he literally got, and I just didn't. I just sat there just watching it process, because I knew, you know what I mean. I knew whatever was gonna come out was gonna be fucking insane, and it was gonna be crazy, because this guy would like think of new scales and stuff like that. He like, he figured out like, how the pentatonic scale, the 5-note pentatonic, so he made a 7-note scale. That's the kind of shit he did. He was just fucking awesome. But like, we had this one. I don't remember his. I'd have to tune to a D definitely. But I mean, I can play the riff on just one note. So the riff had like a weird timing to it and everything. But then like I didn't. I was like, I don't know where to go from there. And like I said, he goes into like, just give me a second. I'm hearing something. And then like he does the whole head. Okay, it's like. It was this fucking weird, and like they're just fucking gear grinding in the middle of the song, which was like it's doing all this stuff, and it just stops. Changes tempo, changes whatever. I'm like, oh fuck, because it just stops. It starts with it like the song just stops mid song. Bass alone, and then drums, yeah, and the guitars fucking going nuts on the wah pedal and shit. And I was like, oh, dude, this is so great. And then it comes back into the song again, so it just comes right to, yeah. It's fucking dope. It's so great. I love it. Like I said, I would just, because it would be something that there's no fucking way I would ever think of that. I didn't play it well. That was what I played. I should, like I said, I should have tuned it to a D chord so you could hear the. It's fucking heavy, but yeah, I should have actually finished that song. I mean, I've got it recorded. I should probably mix it and release it. Maybe I'll do that. I've got that album coming out for Gary Most, my last album. It's like basically greatest hits. If anyone's tuned in, this is just me rambling now. I don't know if you're tuning in for anything about the guitars. That's kind of done. So if you don't want to listen to any more stuff, then you can head out if you want to. But that riff was really, really, really fucking cool, and the song was called Pissy Hands, because the whole thing at the beginning was about like the whole song at the beginning. I wrote that song in my head, walking to practice with my band in Michigan. So that band was Sublimation. Wrong one, isn't it? might have ended on something like that. I don't remember. I have to pull the track up and find out. But yeah, just like I said, just a gear shift, especially with all the distortion and everything going through it. And like I said, it's about a guy that goes around pissing on his own hand while he's in the stall, and then he shakes it dry, and then goes around finding people he doesn't like and shaking their hand. I don't know why I can't. I were at practice. I was like I said, I was walking to practice with sublimation, and I wrote the song that dun dun dun. I was just walking on the head. Dun 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 dun. And so I got to practice. You just had to go. That's all I had to do, and then I didn't have the other part to go to it. We used to do that with sublimation, but it was pretty hard for them to do that off time. That and I kept trying to like just keep your head nodding this way. Don't be trying to like because he doesn't fit there. But if you go it's not a 4/4. It's a it's a so it's like a 13/8 almost, I think. Yeah, something like 18/8 maybe. So I would drop down to a 9/4. Yeah, a 9/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Which is very weird to count to. So anyways. So I was watching some more about that. I think it's Christopher Langan. Christopher Michael Langan. The Cognitive Theoretical Model of the Universe, CTMU. This is really interesting stuff to get into. And the way he explained how, like, the universe is conscious. Um, there's several, what he referred to, like, several, it's basically the, the universe is making decisions all the time, which is consciousness. But he argued that it may not be the consciousness like we know it. Just like we can't comprehend the consciousness of a rock or a tree or a rabbit or a dog because we're like, oh, I wonder what they think of. We can't know. We can talk to other humans and figure out what they have, but who knows what a dog's actually thinking. But they do learn our language, so that shows that they have some, and they have like wants and needs and all those things like that. So there's a fair degree of certainty that they have. I've seen like people say that some people try and say that like dogs don't have souls or whatever, but one of my dogs, first off, like he adopted another one. That's what I thought I knew. So yeah, I was gonna take my cousin on a run to dispensaries. I gotta run to town tomorrow. Um, and he wanted to show me some of the dispensaries he hasn't been to, and if you haven't been to one, you get a bunch of free stuff your first time. With some of them, whether you buy or not. So he was gonna show me around to all the ones that he likes to go to, and I was just gonna get some free weed. So I was like, I was like, I wrote him earlier. I was like, if you don't want, like, I'm going. I want my free goodies. I've got enough cash to like buy like like a joint, a pre-roll joint or something. Whatever the $20 cover. Yeah, I mean whatever it is. I don't know if you have to buy a minimum. He said a couple of them you don't have to have any minimum at all, but all the ones he showed me were within the bus route of the free route, so I don't have to walk around the snow. I just, pardon me, I might have to get off like a block or so before. Holy crap! I made some. Shit, should I even bother? Anyways, I made some edibles, some chocolates because I have some chocolate molds, and I used some German chocolate and some raspberry chocolate and some pot oil and quite a bit of pot oil and some cocoa. And so it's a bit like it's more of a darker chocolate kind of taste, more of a bitter taste than a sweet, which I like better. Um, oh shit, I could put it in coffee, couldn't I? Because they're kind of melty in your hand, but I put the molds in the freezer, and then I've got some others like that. I just filled the well, like about this thick in the bottom of a muffin, when you're making muffins. So I put the little cups in the bottom of the things that when I pull them out, they'll be like little Reese's peanut butter cups without the peanut butter in there. I could always dip in some peanut butter. But like I said, it's got so much coconut oil in there that they do kind of melt like on your hand and stuff. So it might be better just to find some way to. I can't keep smoking the way that I was smoking because it was tearing up my throat really badly. And just hanging out with my mom for a couple days, I don't smoke over at her place, and my voice just my throat feels better, and my voice feels better, and I wouldn't mind reclaiming back some of my higher register. I used to could do a lot of like keep up with Cornell up to a point. Oh, but he smoked me by far. Like the Say Hello to Heaven, that banshee wail he does, but I could do most of Say Hello to Heaven until he started getting to those. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's when fuck that, dude. You win. You win. But I could, especially when I was young. When I was younger, I had a much higher voice. But as time went on, doing more screaming and yelling at the top end. If you check out like Lane Staley in his earlier days, he could easily compete with Chris Cornell. I mean, he could go high and shrill, but it was very very clean though. And so I think what happened is like with this, he just kind of kept doing like the heavier stuff to a point where it shaved off the top end of his. But when you go into those higher, like the famous, it sounded masculine, rather than being like that "I'll Never Let You Go" song. If anybody know what I'm talking about, the way how Sebastian Bach has like a very clear, very clean. Man, can he sing? That dude can fucking sing. Holy shit. I'm not trying to put him down or anything like that. I mean, the lyrics were good from like, at least the very first album. There's a lot of that. The first album was really, really good. And like after that, it wasn't so much. Korn, their first album was very much groundbreaking and very, very disturbing. Like that last song with the bonus track on that was sad, but hopefully got that shit out. I mean, you can just hear like the whole studio kind of shut down, and like you hear the guys from the band come in and comfort the guy because he's literally fucking crying. Man, was that an act? I don't know. It could have been. I have no idea, but it didn't seem like it. Um, but those things are like unscripted moments like that is really cool about having a band. So when you're recording, I don't know if you're like familiar with like Foo Fighters and like how they'll sometimes like leave stuff in there like candidly, leave in like when Dave got up from the drum set and walked away. I think he just like dropped the drum set and you can hear the door open up, the isolation booth, and you can hear it shut down after like the song's finished, and then like you hear like the sticks kind of drop on the ground, and you hear the feet kind of stand up from the drum throne, and you hear it walking away. Especially if you have headphones on, you can hear it walking away, and you hear like this, and then like the song ends. It's really those things are really cool, but for me, in order for me to do that as a solo artist, I have to invent those and throw them in as a joke. You know what I mean? Like if you ever listen to the Willow Tree, that one has like a sketch at the beginning where I'm like talking I act as if I'm the producer listening to it because the guys are just fucking off. What it is like I have to synchronize the song, right? So there has to be a of some sort so that we all the players, myself, all, in order to make it sound more like a band, I try to fracture my brain as much as possible so that when I show up as the drummer, I'm not Sean Battle. I'm the drummer approaching, okay, it's Sean Battle's song as much as I can. When I come as a bass player, I'm not just going, okay, so the bass goes. Like, that's what you're playing? Okay, yes. We'll work on something that's kind of like that for me, on the bass. And, I'll keep playing until I get something in that kind of avenue. You know what I mean? That's bad, but the notes, with that on loop, I can figure out something similar. And with drums, again, also, I don't want to. And of course, that's when you break into something kind of even where I can sing along. I'm learning a lot about music and stuff, including being able to just. I don't do sing along choruses. I'll do choruses that are like each time through the lyrics change. You sing it the same way. You could hum along the same tune, but the lyrics won't be the same. To me, it always felt like cheating. Cause I noticed that about songs with the sing along kind of chorus. And to me, like I said, it's like this is a 4 minute song, 3, 4, 5 minute song, and of that, like 3 minutes or 2 3 minutes are the repetitive. There's so much of that song is that, but that's what like a lot of people want to hear. I felt kind of robbed, but I like poetry and stuff, so I want to at least like each time through have something new to sing each time. But that's me. So I worked purposely from that point on to not do sing along style choruses like that because I felt like it was robbing the audience. And boy, did I misread the crowd because that's what they actually want. Oh well. I do it from time to time, but now I do it more with like intention. Like that one of the songs that we're working on with Troth, it has a verse. I was about to play it. No, never mind. It has a verse, and then it has a bridge, and then it has a verse, and it has a bridge, and then it has this weird change up, and then it goes into solo, and then at the end is when it goes into the chorus, and it does it one time slowly for like the 2 times. So basically, I broke up the lyrics so that you can hear the lyrics easily, and each line has its own set of chords to it. So that way, the second and third time through, you know what the lyrics are, and you can sing along with it. I honestly, I was telling Mike, I was like, what if we do like the sing song chorus thing, like the last thing, and then just bail out, like the one thing people were waiting for, and then he's like, we should play it like a couple of times. Like, yeah, we do want to walk off the stage. You play it one time, they're like, oh, you motherfucker! I've been waiting for that fucking chorus for something like oh. You do it one time and get the fuck off my stage. But yeah, the way it's doing is rather tasteful. The way I think it is. So we don't really abuse the whole thing of the. Don't abuse the chorus. Then I'm working on one that's now. I've never really done like a three chord style song because I've never been able to keep it interesting. But I found a way to do it, and it's gonna be really good. And the original chords I was about to show you, but the original chords I came up with to show Mike we were doing like the jam kazam. He's like, that's fucking cool, man. I'm like, oh, I just. He asked if I'd been working on anything. I was like, I kind of did this one thing. And I showed it to him, and he's like, that's fucking cool. Let's work on that next. I'm like, all right, that's cool. We can work on that next. And I was like, I don't know where to go from there. He's like, we'll write something. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, we always do, you know. And so I sent him what I have so far. So I played the original chords for the chorus. I played the original part because it's got more power to it. But then for the verse, it's got a much more simple. They call them cowboy chords. You got your G. Yeah. I mean, there's so many songs like, "Oh, give me lemon." There's that. Don't fence me in. Let me run through the wide open love. Don't fence yeah. I can put it this way: "You Are My Sunshine" is a much brighter song if you only pay attention to the "You Are My Sunshine, My Only Sunshine." A much happier song than if you actually look at the lyrics. So thinking about redoing the other, oh shit, by an hour and 27 minutes. That's the whole reason I was going to do. I'm going to go ahead and start trying to redo some of those other videos that I've done because I've got a better mic now, and I think it'll come across better, and especially with turning off the comments, I think that would help a lot, so that way I can actually get to I think some of my better points on the universe, on the other things I've done in the past were kind of thwarted by people joining in the room and starting shit and diverting the conversation. And then also sometimes I just went way too long because as I was going, I noticed that someone would tune in and tune out, and so I would, either try and keep going or whatever. So I'm just gonna stick to I'm gonna probably slowly but surely redo those. I'll make sure this mic placement right there is good. Cause I'm not getting a clipping, but that does clip a little bit. It goes red. So hopefully all this even came through. I have no idea. But I'm gonna go check those out, and then like I said, I'll probably redo those other ones. Do some on the universe. I already did one earlier today on consciousness, love, and communication. But I'll probably do another one on like the unrequited love and the things like that I did at the beginning, so that way there's not all the interruption. I might do a live one here for too long where people can interact and talk, because they seem to like that. And I like to talk, but when I'm actually got a subject, I prefer people like to stay on, or pose their questions. they want to call bullshit on my theories, I'm happy to discuss it. You know, especially I like talking. I don't like arguing and fighting. If you don't believe in the whatever, it's kind of like there was somebody that's asking the guy that Chris Langan, if I think it's Chris Langan. His middle name's Michael. But anyways, the CTMU guy. They're asking him if he would debate these other people, and he was talking about how he was familiar with them, and he had no problem talking to them. But I can read people well. His face was saying there's no point because I have my ideas about the universe. They have their ideas about the universe. Discussing the universe together, that there's a point in that. Debating our different theories, there's no point because neither one of us will live long enough to, unless Chris Langan is part of the intelligence that and that's how he knows and they can comprehend the cognitive theoretical model of the universe. Just because he's part of the intelligence, or they talk about the Akashic records. If I don't know if anybody's into that, I'll stop this and do a review about that later. It's going on an hour and a half, so all right. See you guys later.